Good evening, everybody. This little video is going to be about how to do the formula for the cubit, the ancient measurement of the cubit. There's actually a formula that gives you the exact measurement. I was actually looking for this. Now this here, it's the Vesica Pisces, and as you can see, you have the circle, which is female, okay, and we've drew the circles from their center point. So you draw one circle and you use the center point of that circle and you put it on that circle and you draw one there. So that's the middle of the circle. That's the middle of the circle. It doesn't look like it, but it is. And this gives you your four corners, 4 points. So you're getting the straight masculine lines out of the feminine round lines, okay? And this instantly gives you all sorts of mathematical equations. You know, you get pi, you've got your right angles, and this is just one of the basic things that they've done. There it is there, and don't know if you see that, but it's often depicted as Pisces, the two little fishes. There you go. Okay, so this is just one example I wanted to show you, and we'll come back to Metatrons Cube. And we'll come back to the flower of life. And again, this is us going on that journey. And here we have a little passageway that I wrote. So there we have proving the cubit length. Draw a circle with diameter of 1, circumference equals 3.1416, which is pi, divide by 6, and you have 0.5236. Okay, so I'm going to show you that just now, and I won't get the stuff to do it. Okay guys, here we are. I've set my calipers to 5 centimeters because when I draw the circle it's going to double to 10 centimeters, and I'm going to round that down to 1 and use it as a unit of 1 for this exercise. Okay, so here we are. This is going to be the first pass. Okay, now what we would do is, I've got lined paper here, so this has actually turned out to make this a lot easier. But we get that there, and we mark here, and we mark here, and we do the same on this side, and we mark here, and we mark here, and we go to that point, and we mark here. That's correct. And that's correct. Lovely. And then we go to this point again, and that, see, passes right there and right there, so it's making little saltires, little crosses, and it's giving us our points. Okay, so there we have divided into 6, and I'll just draw that for you so you can see it. Now there's a reason why it's 6. Because it's the way, the pattern of the flower. Just like the Vesica Pisces, this goes on from the Vesica Pisces. This is And this is something else entirely that leads to something. It's a whole philosophy. And I think it's quite beautiful. And you can tell, well, in my opinion, you can tell that it's been stonemasons, and because the philosophy was entrenched in all these mystical arts, and it was a mystical arts. It was mystical arts, you know, building all these fancy buildings, these temples, and they had their holy symbols. And Metatrons Cube is one of these holy symbols. Okay, so you have your circle, which is, it's got a ratio of 1. Okay, so you see that it's got a ratio of 1. And then we're going to get pi, which is 3.1416. So pi of the circle is 3.1416. And then what we need to do, we need to divide it by 6, the sections here, okay, that this is created, that the compass, wherever you have put it, this is how it's marked out, you know, this is what it does. Circular math, the feminine circle, it gives birth to the masculine straight line. So whoever said it was the men that came first were obviously doing their damnedest to pervert the gnosis, as it's called, the early Christian beliefs, but that comes from the Egyptians, okay? And this is all part of this. You can see it in the Temple of Osiris, I think it is. Don't quote me on that, but it's definitely on a pillar on one of the temples, this old carving of the flower of life, and I'll show you that just in a minute. So I'll go and get a calculator to show you. So here we have a calculator and tablet. We're going to take a unit of 1 and find out the pi. Okay, right, 3.1415. Have I got that right? Oh. Yeah, so it goes to 9, so I've rounded it to 6, okay? Whoops, don't know what I've done there. So what we do is, we take the answer, which is 3.1416, okay, and we divide it by 6, and that gives us 5236, 0.5236. So there you are, guys. Pi divided by 6, because that's how many segments we get in the circle, using the divine compass. Remember, these instruments were thought of as divine, you know, the ruler and the compass and the square. And there's your answer, 52.36. Now, we actually jump the decimal along in between the 2 and the 3 when we scale it up, and that gives us 52.36 centimetres. And the unit you're working from when it's in centimetres is a metre. So to prove this is going to be the divine sacred rule, the measurement, I'm going to show you what it was, right? So we've got 0.5236, and remember what I said, I was measuring in 1 centimetres or 10 millimetres, okay? Now, there is 100 centimetres to a metre, okay? So we're going to times by 100 centimetres. It's hard to see when you're looking through the camera and everything, but equals, ready? Boom. 52.36. 52.36 is the cubit. Okay? They knew the metre was the holy, the divine, sacred rule, the divine number of what is Metatrons Cube, aka the flower of life. Now I'm just going to demonstrate that for you. I'm just going to give you a quick look, okay? As you can see, from one circle, you then go to the edge, draw another circle, gives you another edge, okay? Go to that edge, and you keep doing that, and you'll end up with a string of straight lines. That is how you get your midsection. Now I had lined paper, so I was lucky I was using it, but this is how you get your baseline, okay? You get the straight line from the circles, okay? Here you've got the Vesca Pisces, the sacred womb from which all the right angles and everything come forth. This is where all the trifoil, you know, you see the symbols everywhere, all these like little, you've got it on the hazard symbols, you've got it on like the Isle of Man with the 3 legs, you've got it in the Celtic with the 3 loops, you have it on Zelda Ocarina of Time, you see it, and it's like the Holy Trinity, where it's like that one in the middle's hollow and they are full. All these little symbols that show you these little 3-leafed trefoils or trefoils or whatever they're called, this is what it's representing. It's this triquarter. I've even wrote it there, look, triquarter. Oh yes, and another thing, that gives you a perfect equilateral triangle, okay? So all these shapes are coming forth. Now this one here, oh, let's see if I can get you up. This one here, this is where the first eye appears, okay? The eye is an important sign. And this one is the first petal, okay? Here we have 4 circles. Here the first petal is created, and the first petal is actually, it looks like the cat's eye, the pupil. That's the first petal, okay? And you will also note that within the first petal an eye is formed. 4 circles, foresight. You ever heard of foresight? You know, when people project into the future and see things, and other folk call it the third eye and all sorts of things. And let's see, we go next onto the seed of life. And here's the seed of life, okay? And that gives you the first wee flower with all its petals. And here I have missed out circles 5 and 6. The 7th circle, 7, remember that's a very important number. The 7th circle completes the seed of life, okay? In blue shades, these petals are drawn to separate the triangles that create the seal of Solomon. I put the drawing there for some reason, but it was for describing on this. This one is actually, you've got a full circle there, and then a full circle there, and it's hard to see, and a full circle there and a full circle there. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you've got one full, 1, 2, 3, another one's hidden. So you've got like, imagine 4 balls sitting together making a square, and then you get another 4 balls sitting together making a square, and sit them on top of each other. That is how the eggs replicate. And this is the flower of life, and that is the seeds dividing, okay? Metatrons Cube. You cube the meter. The cube has 6 sides. Okay, 6 sides in total. People know if you cut the 6 sides up, it makes a cross. But if you cube the meter using this sacred formula, you get 52.36 for the Metatrons Cube. You cube the meter. The cube has 6 sides. Okay, 6 sides in total. People know if you cut the 6 sides up, it makes a cross. But if you cube the meter using this sacred formula, you get 52.36 for the cubit. And I mean, these ancient philosophers and architects and mathematicians, they were absolutely amazing. And I find it a shame that we don't actually get taught this sort of stuff at school. I mean, I think it would make it a lot nicer, a lot more fun. But that's probably why I'm not a teacher. See, there's the star tetrahedron there. And that's just the rest of my nonsense on it. So, I hope you like the formula. Just to recap it, it's very, very simple. Very simple indeed. You take your circle. I gave it a measurement. I gave it a measurement of 10 centimeters, okay? I got the 6 points by using the compass. And a cube's got 6 sides. And when you do it with the circles, you get 6 points. And then you divide it by 6 and it gives you 52.36. And that's if you're doing it by a meter. So they knew a meter. The Egyptians knew what the meter was. And people say, oh, it was the French. But no, the reason why it came out with the French is because the colleges, the Templars and everybody set up, they only brought all the knowledge and stuff that they learned, all the scriptures and things they learned in the Far East. They brought all that with them, all the alchemy, all the architecture, the pointed arch, monoatomic gold, Gothic glass. They brought all of that stuff. And it was the Cistercians, I think you called them, were the churches, and there was like big colleges, and they all studied alchemy and the whole philosophy. And again, they had their Gnostic beliefs, which was you know God through yourself. This is their beliefs. Like the early Gnostics, the early Christians, the Gnostic Christians that came out of Egypt, they had the same belief. What happened? Rome didn't like it. Oh, you have to come and see us, see the Pope and see the priests and all that if you want to be with God and give us money, blah, blah, blah. So they went to Alexandria, torched the library, set us back bloody thousands of years. And then the Vatican then done the same thing with Philip IV, I think it was, in France. And they done it all again. All the Cathars. Look at the Albigensian crusade where they killed all the Cathars. It's horrendous. And on Friday the 13th, when they slaughtered all the Templars. So this is the stuff they were bringing. To know God is to know through divine properties in nature, and math, and philosophy, and through yourself. And you didn't need the priesthood. And that was a problem. Okay, before I never really explained this very well to you, I don't think. When I was talking about the eye, and then this, and I started describing about the 4 balls. Okay, you've got this is how cells in a female's womb divide and multiply. You have 4 like that, and 4 like this, and I'll see if I can get the right pole. And there you have it. That is how the eggs divide and multiply in the mother's womb. Okay? as the little scribble there, you see. That's what that was supposed to represent. The egg of life. This is the egg of life. Buckyballs are great. But anyway, I thought I'd try and clear that up a bit better. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, give it a bendy thumbs up. Give it 2 bendy thumbs up. Okay, and I'll maybe do another video like this on something else sometime if folk want it. Bye.